Welcome to part P of practical number 6. So in part A, we have learned how the servo mechanism is going to work. So you can resemble this operation with closed loop system. So basically here you can see that is the DC motor which is connected with this gear, and here the output shaft on the potentiometer. So the position of the output shaft is going to be converted to change in resistance of potentiometer, and similarly proportional voltage is going to be developed. So that proportional voltage is going to be compared with the inputted voltage, and the error is going to be minimized. So you can resemble this with this internal design also. The servo mechanism you can resemble with this internal design also. And here this is the external look of SG90 servo motor. So this is the enclosure to this motor, and this is inside view. So here you can see this is nothing but output shaft. This is the DC motor inside it, and this is the DC motor shaft, and both are coupled. So as the DC motor rotates, the by corresponding amount the shaft is also going to be rotated. So position of a shaft is going to be changed with different angles depending upon the DC motor movement. So you can see that over here. So now let us again go into details of this SG90 motor. So SG90, it is called as a micro servo motor. It runs on a supply voltage of 4.8 to 6 volt DC supply, but typically 5 volt will be sufficient. It can rotate approximately 180 degree, that is 90 degree in each direction, and it consumes around 10 milliamperes as a current. So when it is idle, it is going to consume 10 milliampere of current, and when it is moving, it is going to have, that is consume 10 milliamps when it's idle, and 100 milliamps to 250 milliamps when it is moving. So these are nothing but the specifications which you can read from the data sheet of this servo motor. So data sheet we have already discussed that in previous session, which gives us all the technical specifications, working, its withstand condition and other environmental condition of particular electronic components or part. So before going to use any component, just you should thoroughly go through the data sheet so that you can work within permissible limit, and so that particular component will not be destroyed. So it's very important to read the data sheet before going to use any component. So if you have servo motor which consumes more current than 250 milliampere, then it is required to give supply to this motor externally, so that you cannot use the onboard supply of Arduino. So as to that is for you can say if the motor consumes the more current, but this SG90 motor will have the current in between in this range. So we are going to connect the supply through Arduino board only. So you can see here there are three connections or three wires through this motor. One is nothing but orange, red and brown. So this orange wire is nothing but the control signal. So for this you are going to provide control signal. Red wire is nothing but plus 5 volt you have to apply over here. Brown wire indicates the ground. So this is going to be connected to plus 5 volt of Arduino. Ground is also connected to ground of Arduino board, and the control signal here is nothing but this SG90 servo motor is going to be controlled through a pulse. So here we will see now the further operation, that is how to provide a control signal to this SG90 motor for rotating this motor with different positions with or different angles. So this is nothing but the that is this diagram will illustrate you that is nothing but here the length of the pulse determines the position of a servo motor. So according to this diagram, it is required to send a pulse after every 20 millisecond to this motor. So here if you say, if we can say here the on time is 1 millisecond, off time is 19 millisecond. So this kind, if the pulse is high for 1 millisecond, then the servo angle will be 0 degree. you can see on the second line here the pulse is high for 1.5 millisecond. So in that case your servo is going to be rotated by 90 degree. If the pulse is high for 2 millisecond, then it will be rotated by 180 degree from its initial position. But here the time period is same, that is to start the servo motor continuously you have to provide a pulse after every 20 millisecond. So here if you see the pulses are ranging from, that is from 1 millisecond to 2 millisecond. So to rotate the motor from 0 to 180 degree, you need to provide pulses from 1 millisecond to 2 millisecond. So this resembles with the, you can say this operation, that is generation of such kind of pulses which are going to vary with the width is corresponding to PWM, that is nothing but pulse width modulation. So we have already seen in our practical number 4, that is what is PWM. So PWM is nothing but the width of the pulse is going to be varied. It is nothing but the T on is going to be varied. That is nothing but changing the duty cycle of the pulse. So accordingly here you can resemble the operation of the this motor. That is to start this motor you should provide, to start this motor using Arduino you should apply PWM signal to this control signal. Now I am going to write here as control signal as PWM. Now you can see that which pins are actually going to provide you PWM signal. We have already discussed there are 6 pins on Arduino board with sign tilde which are going to provide the PWM signal. So you can connect this control signal to any of these pin, and obviously Arduino is going to generate, that is PWM signal with 20 millisecond of time period that we have already seen in our previous session. So that's why the control line is connected to any PWM pin of Arduino. So this is nothing but our configuration part. Now easily you can do the that is we can draw the connection diagram. So what will be the connection diagram? Connection diagram here in the sense you are having the Arduino over here. Here I am having the you can say here I am having servo motor. So servo motor there are 3 leads. So these 3 leads, here the control signal I am going to connect to PWM. That is I am going to use, let us say, pin number 9. Then one pin is going to be connected to plus 5 volt and other pin is going to be connected to ground of Arduino. So that's what the connection diagram. So accordingly we will develop the that in a Arduino IDE. So the further part we will look into the next session.